Hey friends, Ash here with Gents, and I've got a big announcement today. I am working on my own line of fragrances. Yep, I know that right now it seems like everybody that has a YouTube channel is coming out with their own line or their own fragrance or whatever. So I can only tell you guys everything from my point of view, and I'll be completely transparent with everything going on with these fragrances right now and in the future as well. I'm not going to try to constantly sell you on my fragrances. I'm not going to try to, ram it down your throat. Will I keep you abreast of everything going on and make videos talking about the fragrances, the line, all that stuff? Yeah, for sure. But I'm not going to turn it into something where it's like a hard sell. This isn't really something that I expected at all. It came completely out of left field, but I've been given complete creative control. And when I say complete creative control, I mean 100% complete creative control. So everything that I say goes. And that's with fragrances, names of fragrances, bottles, caps, packaging, literally everything, including the name of the fragrance brand. So even though I don't own the brand, I don't own 100% of the brand, I have complete creative control all the way. What I'm trying to do with this fragrance brand is make fragrances that are unique, that are high quality, and that are wearable. Those are the three things that I'm looking for in each fragrance that is released. At this moment in time, there's not a great amount in terms of specifics that I can tell you, but I will tell you everything that I can up to this point as of when I'm filming. I'm working with multiple master perfumers, and these are big names that you will recognize. Unfortunately, I can't tell you any of those right now, but there are multiple perfumers, and each one of the people involved, you would be able to pick up right away fragrances that they've worked on that are really big, really nice fragrances. And as soon as I can let you guys know specifics in terms of the perfumers, I will let you know, trust me. And I wish I could tell you right now, honestly, but I can't yet. Should go without saying, but none of these fragrances are clones or inspired by fragrances. None of these are blends or anything like that. These are all fragrances made to my specifications based off of briefs that I wrote and provided to the perfumers. In case you're unaware of how this works, I'll give you a really quick rundown. So this is kind of Cliff's Notes, kind of simplified, but you'll get the idea. Let's say you have an idea for a fragrance, okay? You would write a brief, which is typically how you would want that fragrance to come across. You may include pictures or videos or whatever that would help further get across your idea to the perfumer. You might also give the perfumer notes that you would like to see in the fragrance, or notes that you would like to see emphasized in the fragrance. So you write this brief up, and actually there's a few articles online, like if you Google how to write a fragrance brief, it'll pull some of those up so you can see further about what I'm talking about, again in generalities, but you'll get the idea. You write this brief up, you submit that to the perfumer. The perfumer takes the brief, they work on submissions based off of that brief, and then they send that to you. Then you get those submissions in from the perfumer, and you wear them, see if you like it, if you don't like it, if you might want something changed, and you provide that information back to the perfumer. Then they can take it and make what's called a mod or a modification on the submission that they've sent you. So they'll take your feedback and rework the fragrance. Maybe you would want to change the top a little bit, or change the performance, the projection, longevity, whatever. Maybe there's something in the dry down that doesn't quite work for you. You let them know, they rework it, they send you the mod, you test it, you see if it's where you want the fragrance or not, and that's pretty much how it goes. So I want to show you guys some of the submissions that I have in right now. So what you're seeing are submissions from master perfumers, and I'm intentionally hiding the labeling here so you can't see where these are from, because then you might be able to tell which perfumer has done what. And as of right now, I'm not yet ready to reveal that, so that's why I'm not showing the labels on these. But anyway, each one of those bottles is a submission. So each one of those bottles could be a completed fragrance from a master perfumer. So some of those that you're seeing will never see the light of day. Those are completed fragrances, but maybe they just didn't work for what I was wanting. Maybe they just weren't up to what I was looking for. Maybe they had overlap with another submission that I liked more. So a lot of these will never see the light of day, which is, it's kind of weird working through it, honestly, because a lot of these fragrances are fantastic. And the fact that you kind of hold in your hand, you know, the ability to give that fragrance life or not is it's a strange feeling. But yeah, each one of those is a submission. Each one of those is potentially a completed fragrance, and I'm having to work through these with the perfumers to get the fragrances exactly where I want them. And in terms of mods, just to give you guys an idea of how that goes with these fragrances, these submissions that I'm showing you right now, these are all the same fragrance, only it's been modified. So one of these is the original, the one that's furthest to your left on the screen. That's going to be the original. So that was the original submission from a perfumer based off a brief. And then I wanted to change some things, wanted to tweak some things. So each one of those submissions that goes further down, each one of those bottles, that's a modification. So that is one fragrance, and then you can see its kind of evolutionary life down through those bottles. Now obviously not every fragrance is going to be the exact same, not every fragrance is going to have that many mods. Some fragrances may have just a couple, some fragrances may need none. It really just depends on the fragrance itself. If it's something that you feel like is just amazing, just blows you away and needs nothing, or something where you smell it and you go, this is amazing, but I think it could be better. Now, this is something I've been hard at work on for months now. It's really just an everyday thing. Phone calls, emails, text messages, meetings, trying to get everything just right. Perfumers actually have been really responsive, have given me fantastic submissions, have been really willing to listen to some of the things that I've wanted changed, things I wanted reworked, and have really taken the briefs to heart that I've written and just blown me away. So I'm extremely happy with everything that I have cooking right now. Like I said, I wish I could tell you guys more, because I could talk probably for 2.5 hours right now if I could just spill all the beans, if you want to call it that. But there is still work to do, still many things that I'm trying to get wrapped up, both with the fragrances, with the packaging. So it's still going to be a little while before everything is ready to go, but we are making good progress working through everything. And like I said, it's been a lot of work. Thankfully, I haven't missed any uploads. I've been able to keep those going, but this is taking up basically all of the rest of my free time. So if in some of the videos over the past, few months, I've maybe seemed a little bit tired, it's because behind the scenes, I'm working my butt off trying to make some really, really nice fragrances that are, like I said, unique but wearable. I'm not trying to go the route where it's completely artistic and then you spray it on and you go, yeah, it's nice, but when am I ever going to wear this? I'm trying to find that happy medium, that line that you walk where you smell it and you go, okay, doesn't at all smell like a designer fragrance, so that's good, but it's still wearable, also good, at least in my opinion, and is, like I mentioned a few times now, unique. I don't really want a lot of fragrances where you smell them and you go, oh, okay, it's nice, but it smells like X, or yeah, this is pretty good, but it smells like this. I really am trying to stay away from that. And actually that's a lot harder to do than it sounds. I know that back before I really got waist deep into this, years back, people would ask me, if you could work with a perfumer and have a fragrance made, what notes would it have? And it seems so simple, right? You just think of notes that you like. Maybe you like vanilla, so you go, oh, well, I'd make a vanilla fragrance. I like cardamom, so I would put that in there. Maybe I'd put some cinnamon, have a nice citrus in the opening like bergamot and grapefruit or whatever, just as an example, okay? And that sounds so simple. It sounds like, well, if it had those notes, it would have to smell good, right? But then when you really think about it and you go, okay, a fragrance, what notes do I want it to have? What notes are going to work together that are going to smell really nice as it dries down? What kind of ideas are you gonna put across? And then have it smell different and not just smell like something else that's already been rehashed 30 times. And when you really look at it that way, it suddenly becomes more difficult. Now, like I said, I'm gonna have more videos coming up as I work through things. I'm going to be as transparent as possible with letting you guys know exactly where everything is. The only things that I can't really tell you are the things that I'm not really allowed to tell you. So there we go, guys. I am the creative director of an upcoming brand and have complete 100% creative control, and I'm trying to give you guys fragrances that are going to be worth the money, that are going to be wearable, that are going to smell awesome, and are still going to be unique. I'm not at all trying to look at this fragrance or that fragrance and say, you know, I like that, give me that, but change this. Don't really want to do that. As I mentioned, I've been hard at work. I'm going to keep doing hard work and try to give you guys some really nice fragrances. Maybe in a week or so, I'll be able to give you guys some more information. As I mentioned, I'm going to be as transparent as possible, give you guys as much info as possible. So as soon as I can give you guys some really meaty updates, I will, trust me. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with me today. Thanks for all your support, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with another fragrance video. Stay safe out there.